My name is Damian Brychcy. I'm the CEO at Capital on Tap. Capital on Tap specializes in credit cards for small businesses. We've been operating for over 10 years and have over 100,000 small businesses across the UK and the US. We've been on a mission to make it easier and simpler to run a small business. Our customer is really on the micro and small end of the small business spectrum. So think a florist in Iowa or a plumber in Brighton. And these customers don't think about their business finances a lot. They don't think about their bookkeeping a lot. And we just try to simplify everything for them. And so customers come to us for essentially one of three reasons. Either they want to have better cash flow for their business. They want to more efficiently run their business, whether that's giving cards to their employees, having all their spend flow into their accounting platforms, setting spend management limits on their cards. Or the third, they just come to us because they want a best-in-class rewards program, and we have some of the best rewards on any credit card for small businesses. So we first started working with Codat in 2021, and the problem we were trying to solve is we had built a couple accounting integrations, but the problem was we had to maintain them all ourselves. And it became quite a lot of work for our development team to maintain all the accounting integrations, and then we're trying to add new ones. And so all of a sudden we were like, wow, if we have to integrate with every accounting platform in the UK, in the US, and then maintain that connection, that's gonna be a ton of work, and it's gonna take a ton of our engineering resource to do that. So we said, there's gotta be someone who will do that for us. And there was, and that was Codat. So that was kind of the initial pain point, and still why we're here today. The partnership with Codat has made it super easy for us to offer our small business customers the ability to connect their Capital on Tap account with their accounting software. So every time they spend on their Capital on Tap card, or anytime any of their employees spend on their Capital on Tap card, that gets instantly synced back into their accounting platform, which means they have 10 times less work to do, and just makes it easier for them to focus on running their small business. And what we see is that when customers connect their Capital on Tap account to their accounting software, we're twice as likely to be their primary credit card to run their small business, and we see them churning away from us 3 times less. So it's just a huge benefit economically for us, and a huge benefit for our small business customers, because they get to spend less time on the finance side of their business. What really interested me about joining the product advisory board were 2 things. One, I thought it was a great way to get involved in shaping the roadmap at Codat and making sure that our voice was heard, and I was really advocating for our small business customers, because I know there's a lot of things they want, and there's a lot of ideas I have to make their life easier. And so making sure that I can feed that back to Codat was super important. And the second thing is just hearing how other leaders in fintech and other finance institutions are using Codat, and just trying to learn best practices, what I'm missing, what we haven't thought of. And so it just seems like a great way for us to learn more. Yeah, I think one of the most interesting trends and themes of the B2B fintech market that we see is over the past 10 years, when fintech really became popular, it felt like a great unbundling of financial services. So every fintech would attack one little niche of one little thing a bank did, essentially. And we were the same way. We started off doing business loans, and then moved to business credit cards, but doing very narrow things. What we're seeing now is kind of the great rebundling, that these fintechs who started off doing one thing really well are now doing many things really well. But the biggest difference is, unlike banks who did many things pretty mediocre for a lot of customers, so whether that's consumers or small businesses or corporates, we're finding that these fintechs are bundling around an end user. And for us, that's a small business owner. For other fintechs that we see, it's whether it's a consumer, and usually a type of consumer, whether it's like a consumer who travels, or a younger millennial, or hey, let's get really good at becoming the financial operating system for a corporate. But they're rebundling a bunch of services, but around an end user, which is different than how banks bundled their services, call it 20 years ago. What's next for Capital on Tap is we're taking the next step in our journey as a kind of fintech provider to small business owners, going away from our roots of just doing credit and payments, and launching a best-in-class savings and interest earning account in 2024. So it's going to be the first time we're really going to a totally new product, to a totally different kind of use case. But really, at the end of the day, just can we be a better place for our small business owners to have their business funds so they can earn a higher interest rate, and we become, again, just an easier way and a better way for them to run their small business.